Good morning, cool cats and kittens. No music today, no bonding of the music. Let's just jump right into it since I'm 15 minutes late. I know I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again. We're going to get way more formal with this as far as setups, but just bear with me, and we'll go from there. So I still got to get set up here, so you're just going to hear me bang around a little bit. Give me a couple seconds. All right. Yay, bonding. Yay. All right, cool. All right. There's a lot that we can get into. What I'm going to do is walk through what I think are the most pertinent things and go from there. I'm probably going to keep this one super short today because there's a lot going on that I have to position for this morning. I might be able to get it all done while we're talking, but I have a lot short here. Let's get to it. All right. First and foremost, let me move this out of the way. So first and foremost, you need to hold this level, like for Bitcoin and for risk assets. If you lose Bitcoin today and you lose this level finally, this is when Trump got in and everyone went, yay, Bitcoin, you're going to have problems. Okay, you're definitely going to have issues. Make sure I'm on the right audio. We had a reboot last night of the entire system. And when that happens, like the entire condo building, when that happens, sometimes they throw this stuff out. So let's just make sure of it. Good. All right, we're good. Groovy. And we'll go from there. But you need to watch this like a hawk today. Like if someone said, okay, what's the number one thing I need to watch today? You need to watch this. The number two thing I would watch. Oh, there's my little English guy. All right. Pending items for account. What are the pending items for account? What are you doing to me here? Please go away. The only pending items out there for the account are my awesomeness. Pending items. I am the items. All right. So what you see here, you don't want to break this level, like at all. I can't stress this enough. Like if I had to give you one thing, it's this. All right. And I promise not to do my Trump accent. I'll do my best to not say China. But if you look at China here, you're falling off a cliff, man. And that does not mean things are good and everybody wants to own China bonds. That means recession. And there was a really good article out there talking about how people are they can't find jobs in China. And what they're doing is they're flocking into the government. What they're calling the Iron Bowl or Iron Rice Bowl, I think is how they're referring to it. I'm not an expert on China whatsoever, but there's more issues here. You need to start watching this. A lot of people are watching this. China 2-year. A lot of people that don't really even watch bonds. That's not the way I want to show it to you. China 2-year. Give me the yield. Because we're Americans and that's how we view things. So they're looking at this, and I think you just got under or almost broke 1% for the first time. Like, you're not there yet, right? I think you almost broke it. And that's going to be a psychological level. I don't see how you're not getting there. But this is really bad. And I can't stress that enough. If they slow down, that's why you're seeing basic material. This is why I think you're seeing basic materials implode the way that it is. I think it's why you're seeing copper implode the way that it is. Just give me copper. There it is. You know, I know people don't feel that that's imploding, but it's not good. I mean, I've seen good before. It doesn't look like that. Also, you know, if we're worried about inflation, why can't gold get out of the way, right? Silver, any of this stuff, it's toast. So I would really watch, I hate to say this, but I'd really watch like China, either the 2-year or the 10-year bond. They're going to talk about more stimulus. All they're going to do is sell into it and hope domestic, like over here, buys it. It's a problem. Now, the other problem that we have is the 10-year here. And where you're at, what tends to happen is once we're at this level, that's it. Like you need to get under 450. There was a really good chart, and I did it this weekend where I showed bonds versus equities. The way Goldman does it and JP Morgan does it is they turn it positive to negative. Like they have their own chart on it. I don't know if I have it in front of me or not. If I can find it real quick, I'll share it. If I can't, we're just going to move on. But it's definitely something you have to watch. I also thought a lot about this, and I'm going to take a more of a poll on it. But I do think about, and I am going to probably do it, but I don't even know why I need the poll, but I am always curious. We do a lot of research here, so I think we're going to start calling this thing Arete Research and Trading. I think it makes way more sense because I went over this on Saturday in the community, and I got a lot of comments on it. I keep telling people to look at fundamental research, and they keep responding saying they don't have access to it. So maybe I should just start doing it. Let me just get this out there. Where are the private streams? Done. Just drop this in. Give me a second, guys. I do think that the biggest thing is Bitcoin, and then I would start looking at the 10-year Treasury. I am really concerned about the 10-year Treasury, and I am really concerned about, I should be able to find this thing. I am very concerned about the negative spread on how these guys are viewing the world. And the reason for that is because it's the pension funds that are going to have issues. Now, I do see some signs I'm going to go over tonight that it's going to get worse, and then I think it gets better. And I hate to do that, but I do think that that's what we're dealing with. I think we're in a position where it's going to get worse, and then it's going to be, I think it's going to get worse, and then I think it's going to get better. And that sounds so stupid to say, but I really think that. And there's some smart money, dumb money stuff that's fascinating right now. So I'll go over it. Oh, it's in this folder. I got it. Don't worry. No, that's not it. Hold on. I can do this. I can do stuff. I'm smart. Here, this is it. I should be a little more prepped for you guys in the morning, but it is what it is. I got too much going on. Let's get rid of that. All right, cool. Groovy beans. Groovy beans. Do the kids still say that, groovy beans? There I am. Yay. All right. Do we need me on this? Well, we'll just keep it me for a minute, whatever. All right. This is Morgan Stanley's equity risk premium. And what this tells you is, where is the risk? Is there more risk in buying bonds, or is there more risk in buying stocks? It flipped -11. You haven't flipped since back here in like 01. Now people say, oh, since 2002, and that was okay. No, you have to go back to where it flipped. It flipped back here. It's not good. And the only way that you're going to change this is a couple things. You have to, there's only a couple ways, right? You either have to get to the point of, I wish I had a drawing tool that worked on this, you could see, but the drawing tool I have doesn't work on StreamYard for some reason. It's kind of weird. There's probably a drawing tool on this thing, right? Anyway, the point that I'm getting at here is the only way that this can change is earnings get better, stock market drops, equity prices drop, earnings get better, yields drop. Okay, so I either need the bond market to rally, I need earnings to go up substantially. Okay. Bond market to rally, earnings to go up substantially, or the market to drop. And then you would go, okay, well, what is the most likely of those scenarios to happen to get this from negative 11 back to a positive, right? And I don't need it to be up here to get giddy, but I can't be negative because every pension fund in the world is looking at this going, why am I not buying bonds? Because I want to keep my job. I mean, when you work at CalPERS, you want to keep that job. You want to keep those jobs. So this is really important concept. I don't think a lot of people are going to talk about this. And I don't think a lot of people understand why this is so important. And this is why I think you could see some kind of flush and reset and go from there. Because if this flushes, like let's say the equity market, just remember this, and let's get back to it. Because let's say the equity market flushes, right? And let's go back to this. Where are we? Come back there. I am again. Yay, bonding. All right. So let's say the equity market flushes. Then what you want to think about, it tastes like Christmas, is if the equity market flushes, then people panic, they buy bonds. All right, well, if the market's flush and you buy bonds, right, then a couple good things happen for us. Number one, they buy bonds, so yields will drop, okay? Equities drop, and that means the equity risk premium number will go higher. Therefore, it's more advantageous to buy equities. Really what you want is you want earnings to rock. Earnings are not good. Like over now, like the way that they're setting up, they're not high enough for where we are. And I hate to say that you have to look at the PE, but your price per perfection. I don't like using PE. I think it's a waste. PE doesn't matter. Like if you were at 2% on the treasuries, it wouldn't matter. So it's definitely an issue. And it's definitely something that you want to watch, and we'll go from there. But again, they are the things that I would watch. If the Treasury can get under 450, you'll see a bounce. One more thing I definitely want to go over, and I'm getting a bunch of stuff here. So can you not hear me? Hold on one second. Hold on. Look at that owl. That owl's badass. Oh, am I bonding? Yeah, I'm bonding. We can't see you. Can you see me now? I'm not bonding? You can't see me? Really? You can't see the photo? Oh, I'm looking right at it. God's sake. What fresh hell is this? Look at me. Look at me. Hold on. Now? Oh, this is hideous. Hold on. I look fantastic today, too. Oh, this is exhausting. I don't know why. All right, let me see. I even shaved. I shaved under the neck. No, we're bonding, Lisa. It's happening. It's on. Hold on. It's on. I see the black square. Are we bonding? How about now? We're still not bonding. Oh, for God's sake. All right, well, I look fantastic. So I don't know what to tell you. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I don't know what the issue is. I'll figure it out. I've had more issues with StreamYard lately. Here, this is what we're going to do. No, the camera's not covered. Here, I'll give you the full experience. There it is. Hold on. There I am. We just got to stare at Bitcoin all day. There I am. Huh? Who's bonding? We are. Boom. Now you can just stare at that. And I can just move. I'll just move it from screen to screen. I'll just move it from screen to screen. See, look at me. I look fantastic. You guys were missing all this. All right, let's get back to it. All right. I don't know what to tell you. I know it's not. You can't see me in motion, which is really the thrill. It's like watching a puma. The way I work the internets, it's fantastic. I don't know. I think it's time for StreamYard to go bye-bye. Too many glitches lately, man. All right, let's get back to it. Just no bonding. So, all right, you can see the charts. Let's keep going. So the ES, this is a really big level. Obviously, you can see the pain today. Down, tries to rally, up 1, 2, 3, doji, and that's it. I would really... I'm not gonna have time to edit this. All right, don't make me laugh. Come on, focus. Take this seriously. It's big stuff today. Actually, it's really big stuff today. All right, so down, up, and then from there, you can kind of see what's going on. You don't want to break this level. I did this earlier for the guys that are in the community. I'll just do it for you guys too, just so you know it. This is where the VWAP, the volume profile, is dropped from. One, there's your point of control, and here's your breaking that value low. You've continued. Okay. All right. Thank you. That's so helpful, Vic. It really is. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that right now. Because email doesn't work, right? Oh, my God. So exhausting. People wanting attention. All right, so we got SPY Vic. So if you take a look here, you can see where we broke, and you can see how that level's sitting there. Once you've broken here, I don't see how you're not getting down to like 59.28. There's no black box anymore, right? You don't even see the black box, do you? It shouldn't even be on the screen anymore. Is the black box still on the screen? Oh, okay. All right. Well, you can't do that to me. I'm lucky I can turn this thing on. All right. And then you want to go 58.64 and then go from there. All right. So watch that 28 and then watch that 58.64. People are like, oh, you couldn't get there today. You can get there fast, man. You don't have anything here. Like there's nothing here to stop you. Like nothing. So this is it's a level you have to watch. Right, it definitely is, and then go from there. I don't want to do the NDX. I do want to do the NDX because I want you guys to see this. I wasn't going to do all this, but I think we need to. See the island? You got to be super careful, man. So, like my rule of thumb with this stuff is when I see this stuff, like see that right there? When you get islands and you're at the top, like top of a chart, you don't want to play around. Now, people could say, well, that was a reversal of that one. That's your island, man. You don't want to play with this stuff like at all. I'll clean it off and then just show you so you can see it, right? See the gap in here and here. You don't want to play with this. Like there's a lot here where people could say, well, it's this or it's this pattern. That island, pardon me, that island is the trap, okay? That island is the trap, and you want to watch that very closely. All right. So please understand that. And it's a big deal. It's a real big deal. For me, it is anyway. Now, the other underlying things that people are going to want to watch are, you know, you're 12, you're 22, and you're 55. You should use what you're comfortable with. But, man, there's some real issues underlying here. So I created this, and I don't mind sharing it with the group at all. But one of the core things that I really want people, I'm going to throw one of these up here. You're cracking. It's cracking already, isn't it? Crack-a-lacking. Hold on. That's it. Yep, there it goes. Now, you have not stayed under here. I got to watch this. You have not stayed under here for a very long period of time. This is as far as it's gotten, right? 1 5-minute bar, 2, 3 red. So what you're looking for is, am I going to get more of this? How much of this am I going to get under here? And then go from there. Thank you, Lori. That means a lot to me. I appreciate that. Lori just telling me how amazing I looked in my photo. So here we are, and you can see what's going on, right? And how it's getting worse. You got to watch that, man. I'm telling you, like your whole world on understanding whether the market's going to rise or fall is this today, and that level. Like it doesn't get any cleaner, man. Like don't tell yourself what's going to happen. Just watch that. We purposely shorted coin and MicroStrategy's Friday at the close because I looked at these, and I actually went over it even on Saturday for you guys because my point was like, I don't know if I'm going to get the chance. Like, I don't even know if I was going to get the chance to, I wonder if I start hedging the puts. I don't think so. I think I just got to let it ride, right? Come on, 7. Because I didn't think I was going to get the chance to even put the puts on, which clearly I was not going to get that chance. So to me, this was like a big deal to put this on. And I think I'm up 15 there, and I don't know what we're up here, up 8. So they should at least, the puts should at least double or triple. And if this does get as bad as I think it can, like this can get super ugly, like super ugly. But let's go through a couple names here that I know you guys are going to ask about, and I apologize for the problems today. 426 is this level, 426.77. You're going to want to watch that. 420 is huge, but there's other levels here, guys, that you can get to like very easily. So your drop dead level, believe it or not, is actually on the pre-market level. Friday, December 20th, you see these levels here? Like watch this. See that level? Now watch MSTR. Okay. See this 20th level? This is when that data came out and everyone said, oh, good, we're going to be fine. So this is really like those support levels from that data. So if you go and take a look here, but wait, there's more. And let's do the Qs with it. Okay. And everyone will remember this, the data that came out that day, because we all mark off our data spots, right? And so here we are, right there, 720, 730, and then it just started turning. And then what? Miraculously, data came out at 8:30. That was good. And then it just marked off that bar. And then from there, that was it. Up, down, test that area, flips, and it's gone. And that was it. And that was your low. Everything's low was 730. Like literally, if you go and take a look at it, was the 20th was the day that data came out. Clearly it leaked because I think what was that, non-farm, right? I think that was the 20th, non-farm. Because look at the 730, 728, and then you never had any real down. So clearly it leaked to somebody. And every big chart, doesn't matter the name of it, they all are at the same spot. So watch. Should be. 20, here you go, 725, 730, then you have your 830 bar, right? They all have that bottom right there. Like even Apple, look, you don't have one close below that. So if you really want to see where your support was, it was the people that got the non-farm. I'm pretty sure non-farm was the 20th. Correct me if I'm wrong in the room. And correct me anywhere if I'm wrong, but I think it was the 20th where we got that data. And from there, that seems to mark the bottom on a lot of these names. Take a look at NVDA as well. And let's just go through this because I think we're on to something here. Yep. So I think they are major support levels. Now, I don't know that you're getting there today, but I definitely think you want to pay attention to that. The other thing here is the VIX. You're not even over 20 yet, man. I personally think you need to retest this level and go from there. Let's get back to what's going on here because this is really important. So we cracked, and this is the 5, the 20, the 50, and the 200. We cracked here. I went over this on Saturday. You might want to watch Saturday's video in detail. But we cracked here, right? And you're at a 3, and you know you're going to bounce whenever you're at like a 2 or a 3. All these things were set up to bounce. But when we bounced, what happened was none of these other levels really bounced with me. And that's a problem. So I got the short-term bounce, but I didn't get anything medium or longer term. So all we have is really just very transient buyers. And that in itself has become the problem. So I don't mind, sharing this with people. I'll find a way to do it. But I think it's really important to get that. Like, you didn't really rally. And if you go and take a look at this, and I did do this again on Saturday in great detail. There's a lot Saturday's video, guys, a lot of like technical research. If you're below 50 on the 50, you got to be really careful about your positions. So I would just stay out of the way until you start seeing how this is going to go. Until you see a 2 handle here, I wouldn't go near anything, man. I'd really just watch this and see how it goes. Is it really? It's 8:55. And I think that this should be your world right now and go from there. And we'll see how that plays out. All right. GFX. I don't even know what that is. Is that going to, are you going to give me a penny stock? What are you doing with me? Short sale volume. I don't think I watched this. Maybe I'll watch that. I don't know. Maybe. All right. What else we got here? I'm sorry I didn't take questions today. Obviously, the technical difficulties in starting late, but that's part of my charm. Yeah, there's a ton of bond auctions this week, John. The MBLY is very interesting. I will say that. I find this, let's get rid of that. I find this very interesting, how this is developing. So it is what it is. Is today the day? I don't know, man. Usually when we're bidding down like this, there's a flush, and then I want to look. I don't know that today's the day that I have to go and commit massive amounts of capital to the market. I'm not really feeling that today's that day. So I'll leave it at that. Yeah, please hit the like button. Helps greatly with the algorithm. Also subscribe to this because you're going to start seeing more random research pieces. Good morning from Miami. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is always the problem with Boeing. Is it Boeing's fault? I don't know. Was it a Boeing jet? I don't know. I don't know enough. I know enough to be dangerous here. I'll tell you what I think is going to happen with Boeing. If I had to tell you my opinion of this, once you did this, right here, watch. Once you did this, here's the peak, okay? And you know where you're going to, that peak. All right. Then you go to 24. All right, and then you go daily. All right. And so, well, that's not going to be right. I want to go to, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And there's your peak. So once you've got that out of the way, right? See, okay, work with me, not against me. That was aggressive. So aggressive. So see where you're sitting right there? 176. So I think you're going to hold this area. And I think you're going to wind up gap filling. I don't think you're going to stay down because I think you have a bunch of people that wanted to get in this and couldn't. And I don't think that this is going to be that kind of event. Now, if they found out that it was Boeing related, that's a problem. That's going to be a big problem. I don't know that that's where this is going. That I don't know. So, we'll have to see. I don't know enough about that. I didn't get through BXSL. I didn't get through it all. I did talk to someone about it, and what they're doing is they're buying some paper that's private lending paper as well. I do think that's of interest, and I'll tell you why I think it's going up. I think it's going up because they have the private lending part, and private lending is going to become bigger if we start having some other issues here. And so they're going to do better than most companies because of that. So I think that's why it's doing better, but I don't have a definitive answer on that yet. Now, I did some work on it, not enough to tell you that I'm done doing the work on it, but I do find it interesting. I really find it very interesting, especially with their Lipper rating being where it is. and the yield keeps going up. So that was pretty fascinating to me when I went through this. Like, they've never had an area where they had to decrease this thing since it started. And they went through the worst bond market like ever. And they never had to take a write down like that. Like, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. So, I mean, this is what they went through during the greatest, like, this is the greatest drop ever in US history, right? For rates. And that's what you're going to give me? Like, that's nothing. So from a cash flow perspective, I find it pretty interesting. Visor, I'd be real careful with all these names, like super careful. You're back to pandemic levels. I'd be super careful here, guys. Like, until you find out what's really going to happen with this administration, I'd be really careful. CART, I like CART. I do think, I'll go through those with you. It's real quick. I do like CART. I don't know that you're going to have that much, pressure here. I see what you're saying with like the setup. I don't know. You did crack that 55, but you're not down. You're not taking out lower lows when the market is. It doesn't mean I'm right. It just means that I don't think that's an optimal setup. This I 100% agree with. I shorted this Friday. I mean, I personally think that this can get back to 300. I have to see the open and how it goes, but I'm up 15 on this, and I'm up 8 on coin. I've done nothing with it yet, so we'll see. But I may just start to do something soon on those, because they usually rally them into the open. Rivian, what I would be real curious about here is, let me go back to this and see what's going on here. Super bad. What do you got, William? Okay. I got to start muting these things off the open. Let me see something here. Maybe. All right. Rivian, I don't know that I would do that. I'm not sure that I would. I'm not sure that would be on my list. It could be, and it could work. I'm just not sure that I would do that. I don't know that that's the right way to go. I got to watch a couple of these things, guys. I'm gonna have to jump. I don't know, man. I don't know that I'd be doing that. I don't know that I'd be shorting US EVs that are going to get on board with what Tesla's going to be able to pull off with the current administration. Do I think Tesla can drop more? I do. I do. I think you can get to 415, 403. I do. I think you got to look for rallies to do it. But I think there's meat on the bone with the Tesla short in the short term. TPR. I got to do this. Let me just throw this up here so I can watch this. And then I should be able to work a little bit better. So I can at least watch the price of it. Tell me what I got to do. Not that one. Where are we? Work with me. Where are you going? There you are. Yay. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy how this thing acted after that merger blow up, right? So I guess they like the fact that the merger's not going through. So I don't know, man. These mergers are crazy. Like, they destroy the competition by not merging with them, and then they go up, and then the competition completely implodes. Like, look what JetBlue did to Spirit. It's crazy. They drag these things on for years, and this is what you get. But I would want to understand more about it, but I think that's why it's moving. I clicked the thumbs button. It was easy. KC was working, was it? Yeah, I don't know what the news is there. I would have to watch this. These are like some of the spec names that are moving. I'm not saying like this is actually the kind of stuff that can move today. I think you just kind of have to really, really watch that stuff and make sure that it does, do what you think it can do. So you're moving a little bit here, and we'll go from there. You have $1, $2 now. We'll see. Let's go through this. ASTS. I think that this is fascinating that you can't break that level. I'm going to have to jump here, guys. I think it's fascinating that you can't break that level and then go from there. Let me just go through this real quick. It's not working. I'm trying. I tried, Elizabeth. I don't know. I must have done the wrong thing. Everyone thought I was like bald fat guy with an Eagles jersey. You guys have issues. I think these names look good. I think you have to just watch them. I don't think that you have to. I don't think you have to go there. Thanks, Aaron. What else you guys? I think you really got to watch this Bitcoin today. I don't think people understand that it's the last and here's the thing about it. If it breaks, I don't think that's the end of it. I don't think it's the end of the selling. I think you'll see more. But then I think you're going to start putting in a possible bottoming pattern. So I have a thesis. I've got an opinion. But, we have to see how this plays out, kind of go from there, and then kind of go and see how this plays out. But we'll see how this goes, and we'll go from there. Some of these names look like they're going to try to bounce them off the open, but it's hard to bounce them if Bitcoin and the rest keep going down. All right, I am going to jump. Trade to win today. Be careful out there.